I don't like that call. Now here's the action right here. And the umpire felt like Realmuto took his glove out of the way, and I think Realmuto didn't sense that the ball was on its way, so he just figured the umpire was throwing it back to the mound.
Now on the prior exchange, the umpire threw it out to Kimbrel. So all right, you don't feel the ball get nestled into your glove, so he wasn't even looking back at the umpire. He just pulled his glove down.
That's a little bit much. Rob Thompson's going to come out and protest it.
It is down and away from Kimbrel.
And now he's saying, yeah, you guys have a fun day the rest of the day. I'm out of here.
And 3 pitches right down the middle. And Ichiro's pointing at a spot in the dirt, and now he just got run up by Brian Runge. Ichiro ejected from this game. Don Wakamatsu gets in between them.
Anytime you draw a line in the dirt where you think the ball was pitched, you are going to get pitched. Percy throws a fastball outer part of the plate, and Runge rings him up. Ichiro says something, and then he turns to him. Watch the umpire turn to him after he says something and bangs him right there. He points to where he thinks the ball is, and that's a no-no. You're gone. The first Seattle Mariner player to be thrown.
Ortiz will lift this into center field for a base hit. And David aboard here with 2 down, kind of flung the bat into fair ground. So he was headed down the first base line. And David looking back in the direction of home plate umpire Bruce Dreckman.
Yeah, Dreckman getting back at Ortiz too, it looks like.
The bat flip by Ortiz.
And he's throwing him out of the game.
So John Farrell out here now after David's been ejected. Crowd's going to let David hear it as he heads off here.
Now let's see if Ortiz has something to say to Dreckman on the way by. The third base umpire Hallion's going to try to head him off at the pass.
David's telling him he's too sensitive. David's throwing him out of the game.
We're not going to need a John Boy breakdown of that one. We got a very clear. Well, there you go. And now Aaron's saying I didn't say anything. Aaron's saying, hold on a second, I didn't say a word.
I did not say anything, Hunter. Okay, I did not say it.
So the fan in the blue shirt is the one who says something to Hunter Wendelstedt. That's what he reacts to, and he kicks out Aaron Boone, who says, "Whoa, I didn't say anything." That's
into 2-2, and then he doubled, and whoa! By hitting Parra, they're going to throw Kershaw out of the game. Says Barajas. Oh my gosh. We wondered about what would.
George said that hit me. Yeah, he said, yeah. Check.
There's no way. That ball hit George Springer's foot and directionally changed direction.
He just threw him out. Gonzalez might have said something that really tripped the trigger of Springer because he is hot. But
and he got it with a slider. No, foul ball. Quinn Walcott, the home plate umpire, came out immediately and put his hands up, meaning foul ball. Bob Melvin shoots out of the dugout. And now they're going to check with Greg Gibson, the first base umpire.
It's a swing and a miss. He caught the ball. He backhanded the ball. He caught it. That's a catch. That ball did not hit the ground. And how did the umpire behind the plate see that? It always amazes me.
home plate umpire, this is a guess. There's no way he can see that to make the call. Yet he called it a ball hit.
Block, and here comes the runner, and Pedroia slides, and he's safe, and this game is tied. And Gregerson slams the baseball down and throws it toward the dugout. And I think the A's have a reason to be hot on this one because the umpires blew it. And the pitch is hit toward right, where Gentry's under it. He's got it side retired. And Gregerson is all over the home plate umpire, and quite frankly, he should be. Quinn Walcott is wrong, and he's going to realize it when he goes watch the highlights. And Bob Melvin's been thrown out.
That is inexcusable.
Hits Altuve's foot. They're going to say fair ball. Brennan Miller's going to say that ball didn't hit Altuve, and that's going to be the final out of the inning. Brennan Miller is not ingratiating himself to Astros players, coaches, or manager.
You got to ask for help.
You got to check with other umpires to see if it did hit Altuve.
Altuve needs to be pulled out of the situation. They need to keep him in this game.
They're going to say that's a fair ball, and it did not hit Altuve in the end of the inning. Josh Hader taking the mound here for the bottom half of the ninth inning. Altuve showing where it hit his foot. And now he's ejected.
Oh, man, that's amazing.
You're right, though. They should have got Altuve out of there. He's been ejected. We're going to have a tie game heading to the bottom of the ninth. Altuve will limp off the field. This game is crazy. Jose Altuve ejected. Here's a replay, Blummer.
Yeah, you can see the top of the shoe. Watch the baseball changing a little bit of direction, hitting off that big toe of Jose Altuve before it goes to third base. But none of the umpires brought in. Brennan Miller making that call on his own. But it looked like a change of direction to the point that Jose Altuve took off his shoe and square.
Just keeps throwing sliders up there. Didn't go that time either. Didn't offer. And it's 3-1. Alfonso Marquez. Christian may have been ejected. He was barking, you'll recall, after his last at bat.
On the appeal, he went around, and Martin strikes out. So we're moving on to the 14th inning as Martin just gets tossed out of the game. You knew eventually this had a chance to happen with the way things have gone all afternoon. Martin is incensed. And DeMarlo Hale and Louis Rivera doing all they can to keep Martin away from Carapazza. Man. This has been building for 4 hours.
He's out of the way. Oh, no, oh, boy, he's just been ejected.
Kicked him out of the game. Come on.
That is one of the strangest things I've seen. And now Jeff Bannister out. Well, now Bannister's been ejected. Once he was told, move back to the batting circle or get in the batting circle, he said, okay. Just move it over here.
Wow. It's 18-6. Jerry Davis is one of the senior umpires in the American League. He's in his 34th year, and he must not have any sense of humor. The conversation continues between Beltre and Davis, with Bannister in between, trying to make sure that Beltre doesn't get suspended for anything he might do here.